Now you're actually here and doing it and going through the process. Is it a bit surreal that you've watched people go through this for years and years growing up, and now this is you and you're going through what they went through? Is it when you stop and think about this is a bit weird? This is what I've kind of watched people do.
Uh, it hasn't hit me yet, really. It hasn't. I did a little bit at the combine. I'm sitting there, I'm like, dang, I'm really like at the combine. Like, this is crazy. Like, we dream about moments like this, and I'm just sitting here, just like looking up, just taking everything in. So it's just, man, that was probably the surrealest moment. But really, it's just like another day, another dollar. You ain't nowhere yet. Nothing ain't happened yet. So,
Yeah, for sure. Well, look, we're looking forward to seeing you when you do come to the NFL, whoever that may be with. I want to kind of start with a question you'll have got about 1,000 times throughout your life. But tell us the origin of your name. Where did that come from? And I guess how much has that followed you around your life?
uh, a lot actually. So the story is my mom and aunt were deciding what to name me. Uh, they was going back and forth with Faison, I think. And my auntie was like, "Hey sis, let's just name Wanya because his last name Morris, so that would be kind of cool, like Boys to Men." And that it just stuck. It stuck from there on out. And then like every time I like go to school or something like that, I'll tell them how to say it, and they'd be like the Boys to Men. I'm like, yeah. They'd be like, your mama likes to like Boys to Men. Yeah.
Have you ever got any comments from like teammates or opponents who have like caught on and kind of thrown it in as like a little jab or a joke? Is it how much has it kind of been part of that locker room or that on-field experience for you?
Uh, I play with a lot of guys. They don't be as into the R&B for
Right.
real as I am or some other guys. Some other guys may pick it up, but it's probably not a big thing. I get a whole bunch of nicknames in the locker room.
I read somewhere you are an old school R&B guy. Who's your go-to? What do you listen to? If you're in the locker room, you're controlling the music. Where are you going?
Oh man, for them, I try to take it back. I put on some Al Green, maybe Earth, Wind and Fire, Bobby Womack, stuff like that. Some old school, some chill vibe stuff. I'm a big vibes guy.
Take us back to your childhood. Obviously, what was that like for you? When we go through this process, that is one of the big things people ask about. Where did you come from? How are you the way you are today? What was your childhood like growing up?
Uh, Adversity, man. Adversity was in every corner, but we was always a family who kept our head up, smiled through the pain, persevered, and just keep moving because we always knew since a young age stuff was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of my childhood, cause I had to grow up faster than other kids did. You look back at your other friends, they get to do certain things that you don't because you got responsibilities now. So it was just always changing. It was always changing, and we weren't put in the best positions all the time. But hey, look who we at. We still here. So I can't complain about that.
You mentioned adversity. Is that something you can explain? What kind of things did you have to overcome to get where you are today?
Man, we weren't the wealthiest people, There's been times where we had to sleep in our car sometimes, stuff like that. But you would never really know that because my mom did such a good job providing for us that it didn't even feel like that. We made the best of times, whatever situations we were in. We wouldn't have the most money. Like some nights we would just go to Centennial Park and just run around the park in the dark, like 12 o'clock at night, and maybe stop at Denny's or Waffle House or something like that. Like it just the little things like that just like make you take your mind off, and it's like there's always gonna be good, and there's always gonna be bad. It's just how you respond to both.
Is that why the NFL would mean so much to you? Is that kind of fueled who you are today in terms of when you get there? Like this is kind of what you've worked towards. You've come through so much. Is that why it means so much to you, do you think?
Definitely. It's just one of the games I've always played and one of the things that I've always used as an escape, just to escape reality, because when I'm between those lines, nothing can stop me. And I'm just out there having fun. It's just an enjoyment type thing. And this would be great to be put in a situation to take care of my mom, after all she sacrificed. I feel like it's only right for me to go out there and sacrifice as well and just give her the world if I can.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, this time of year, all we talk about is football, but away from the field, what makes you happy? What do you get up to? What do you kind of like away from football and the bright lights?
Uh, I usually watch a lot of TV shows. I love binge watching shows. I'm a big anime guy. I watch anime. Uh, I started teaching myself how to play piano because just recently, we just started having time to ourselves because in college it's a constant schedule, like school, football, just school, football, and then so when we started training, I was like, okay, I got more time on my hands, so I started teaching myself how to play piano.
How important is that to have something away from the field where when you get to the NFL, like college, it's going to be constant. It's going to be constant football. How important is that to have something to go away from off the field where you can kind of switch off for a little bit?
Uh, for me, it's just I'm a person who enjoys all aspects of life, talking to the people, enjoying new things, football, stuff like that. But it's like you have to have something to separate you and take your mind off of that, or else you're gonna come consumed by it, and it just might you might end up being in a bad place. When just one thing has your attention like that, and you're not able to get away from it and escape from it, and just like find things to channel your emotions through, it really deteriorates on your mindset. So I think it's very important to find other things to get into other outside of football. Because then when you're done with football, what are you gonna do? Who are you gonna be? You're not that guy anymore on the field. So you got to change. You got to have hobbies.
Was football always the path for you? Was there anything else that you were kind of striving to, or was it always football?
Uh, Actually, my mom wanted me to stop playing football. She thought I was done playing football. She was tired of all the traveling and stuff like that. And then we met a coach, Coach Kenyatta, that's like a father to me. He he just kept telling her to be one is gonna go to the NFL. One is gonna go to the NFL. You need to just do it, B. He's going to the NFL. And then she was just like, all right, all right. And then we just stuck with him. And just later on down the line, we on that path, still on that journey. And it's crazy.
Have you had the moment yet with your mum where you've been like, I told you this would happen for me, or will that be draft night when your name is called?
Uh Not even. We probably just rejoice together, really. Cause it's a lot of times she told me she was right.
They're always right. Mom's always right.
Yeah, mom's always right. So I'll probably I'll probably tell her like, yeah, I told you. But like as I'm hugging her though, like it'll probably be like a thing we said together. Cause once we stuck with it, we stuck with it. She was always there supporting me, saying, okay, this is what you want to do, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we saw you at the NFL Combine recently. I must ask, first of all, how is the leg? Are you recovering well?
I am recovering well. The leg's getting a little better. It's getting better. Don't got a limp no more, nothing like that. Uh, what you saw, I was gonna get a good time. I still got a pretty good time, they say, but it's like the one that I was chasing after, I was that close.
Yeah.
I was that close. Man, this just tells you like anything could be taken away from you from the snap of a finger. So you just gotta cherish every moment. That's always where a smile on my face and I'm enjoying the moment always.
Yeah. What was your immediate thoughts after that? Was it like, I don't know, panic? Or was it like like everyone saw what time I was going to get if I didn't put up? What kind of was that immediate emotion after that?
The immediate emotion after that was don't fall on my face. To be honest, the immediate emotion was like, okay, we're gonna figure out how we're gonna fall because I'm not gonna fall on my face.
Yeah.
And by the time I finished through the line, I had it thought up in my head how I'm gonna fall. Okay, but that was the first thought. But after that, it was just like, oh man, like it felt good though. Like what happened? It was like what happened? It felt good. I know I had it. I
Yeah.
know I had it. I like as I was running, I felt it, and I was like, yeah, this is the one. This is the one that's gonna like get what I want. Then boom, and I was like, okay, don't fall with your face. Don't fall with your face. And as I slid and laid there, I was like, okay, this hurt. This really hurts. I was like, this really hurts. Okay. Can't do nothing about it now. It happened. Just get up, do what they tell you to do, and just go from there. You know.
Did you speak to any kind of NFL teams after that happened, and did they ask you like how fast can you go? What did they kind of, if you spoke to teams, what did they say to you after?
Uh, After that, it was just pretty much encouragement saying that, you're still in a good time, stuff like that. You're gonna be fine. Quick recovery, it's just nothing but like hopes and prayers and blessings and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure they speculated like, okay, if he didn't do that, what time would he have ran? Because I think everybody know in that stadium that I was gonna get that good time. I was probably gonna get it. I was probably gonna have time of the day right there. I have no doubt about that. I was flying.
What were those team interviews like? Because we know that is a huge aspect of Combine Week. Is it, I guess they're scary in a way, they're good because you get to share who you are with teams. What were they like for you?
For me, I enjoy talking to people. So like interviews and things like that such have never been a problem for me. I'm very comfortable telling people who I am, and I'm pretty sure I have other people that back that up. Met a lot of people in my life, and I feel like I'm the same person to everybody. No matter what the status is, sometimes you have to have more manner. But usually I'm just the same person, and I win those interviews saying, okay, they just want to know about me, and I just got to be honest and tell them about me. Just be myself. Just go out there and just be who you've always been. So that part was pretty easy for me.
Talk to me about your college career because it was almost a career of two halves where you're with Tennessee, go to Oklahoma. Talk to me about that decision to make that switch. And in the long run, has that almost changed your career trajectory, do you think?
Uh, Definitely, but switch from Tennessee to Oklahoma wasn't easy because, like I said, Tennessee was home for me, and
Yeah.
that place will ever have forever have a special place in my heart. But so will Oklahoma because it's just the bonds, the fans, the memories that you create, and stuff like that. And it's like you will always remember that. You'll always remember your first love. I always remember Tennessee just because the experiences that I had there, the people that I've known there, people that I met there. I just always hold that close to my heart. But ultimately, I feel like it did. I feel like moving to Oklahoma, far from home, really being independent like that. Because I'm from Georgia, that's like 13, 14 hours away. You can't just drive that. You
Yeah.
got to take a flight. So it helped me mature. It helped me mature in a lot of ways that I needed to mature. It helped me grow up and just help me realize that things not gonna be the same forever. It's not gonna always be this easy. So that changed my mindset, and I feel like that ultimately that helped me.
Why did you decide to move to Oklahoma? Like you say, was it the feeling that you needed a different start somewhere else? Why did you make that decision?
Uh, After your head coach is gone, somebody that you come into a program with, uh, you kind of just be like, okay, what's my next move? What am I gonna do? Because at that opportunity, your coach leave, you have the opportunity to leave. So I was like, okay. I think I'm gonna pick my coach, play for somebody I always wanted to play for because I always wanted to play for Coach B in Oklahoma just because his track record speaks for itself. My heart was in Tennessee, and I wasn't going against my heart, and I'm thankful for that. But yeah, Oklahoma was just always in the picture, really. So it wasn't as hard, but it was really hard to leave those memories behind and stuff like that.
Yeah, you mentioned Coach B there. I think in the past he's worked with Creed Humphrey, Orlando Brown. What bigger influence has he been on your career and you as a player?
He's one of those elements that helped me mature, really. He was a real old school coach, and that's what I really needed at that time. I needed him to push me to places I know I couldn't go by myself. You always have help from somebody. And he was that guy who helped me just open my eyes to a bigger game. Like he taught me a lot in the film room, just watching film, learning how to analyze this, analyze that. It was just, he helped me all around. He helped me become a smarter player. And I always thought that was one of my biggest bets is I was a smart player. But playing with him definitely enhanced that to a whole other level. Like he made us train like pros with the mind.
At this time of year, you'll probably read hundreds of scouting reports about yourself, about you guys as you come through this process. Some right, some wrong. You might not always agree with them, but if you were to write your own scouting report, how would you sell yourself? What are your strengths? What is the team getting that drafts you?
Definitely athletic, intuitive, smart, uh, could be a leader, uh, tough, mentally tough, and somebody you can lean on, somebody you can count on, someone you can talk to, being a great teammate on and out the field, things like that, trustworthy.
I saw a quote, I think it might have been you that said you love the violence of football. What was
hmm
kind of explain to me about that? Is it why do you love football so much? What part of it and what drives you on the football field?
I just have fun, be out there, you'll be out there with your teammates and you just have fun bullying people together, And you get to like, as offline, we hit every play. You don't really look at the ball. So you just get to be violent and just hit people every play. That's the fun part of it, really.
We're in kind of this world in the NFL now where we see these wide zone, outside zone schemes and kind of these pin and pull schemes. Do you think with your kind of makeup and the way you play, you're kind of almost perfectly suited for that style of football, do you think?
Definitely. I feel like you want to get some big guys out on the edge, get them in space, blocking from the little guys. You need me for sure. you
Has there been kind of a moment throughout your college career where you've played a really maybe a tougher opponent where it's been the biggest learning curve and you've learned the most about yourself from an individual matchup?
Recently, Will McDonald, he made me think a
Yeah.
lot when we played. He made me think a whole lot just because it's like you know a certain move is coming, but you don't know when, and just how he sets it up is different every time. And he has really good bend, so it was hard to really like catch him really. But we battled it out. We had some good battles in that field that day. That was Halloween, I think, so it was a spooky day.
How do you kind of prepare for a guy that maybe off the edge plays with a bit more finesse and moves as opposed to a guy that maybe plays as a ball rusher? What is kind of how do you approach those two different techniques?
uh, with the bull rusher, you want to make sure you just get your hands on them first. Get your feet in the ground, make sure you're inside out. So it's really just working on short sets that week. If that's he's bull rushing a lot, he's probably a bigger guy. Just work on short sets that week. Tight fives, maybe a seven. Just make sure you're getting your feet in the ground, keeping the base, staying square. With those finesse guys, my mindset is get off the ball. Give my space, give myself some space to recover if something does happen, and then just play basketball with them. Really, that's what it'll be with the finesse guy.
I mean, maybe it's not for you to say, maybe it's other people. Do you feel like you're getting enough recognition as part of this offensive tackle class this year?
Definitely not, but but that's never been a problem though, because teams gonna draft who they draft, and
Yeah.
after that, you still gotta make the team. You still gotta perform. So I'm just go out there and perform regardless of the situation.
Just the last few questions, hopefully a bit more quick fire for you, but who is your kind of NFL idol growing up? Who did you look towards, whether it be someone in the position you play now? Who did you look to growing up and think, I want to be that guy?
Oh man, that's a great question. Joe Thomas, you look at Joe Thomas a lot. I used to watch the Eagles a lot because my brother was a Eagles fan. So I used to watch a lot of Donovan McNabb, Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick, guys like that. Guys who just go out there and put on a show. Like I just watch anybody who put on the show. Really,
What
I
was it
was a
about
fan of
Joe
it all.
Thomas? Joe Thomas in particular, what was it about him?
I liked his set. When I started playing tackle, I tried to use his set. Like
Yeah.
I started to use his stance and everything. But that's really hard for me because I'm already long. But I think he's really tall. And yeah, I'm not that long. I like to have my feet under me and like be like athletic, a nice bend. little like not wide but not narrow base. We're almost like shoulder width, but a little outside of that. You know.
Right, so a player you can't wait to face in NFL, which I presume will be someone off the edge. Who are you looking forward to facing the most?
Oh, everybody, Son Riddick, Micah Parsons, definitely. That's a big time one.
Yeah.
Uh, who else? Khalil Mack, the Bosa brothers. I gotta play the Bosa brothers. Got to. That's all I have in my head right now. That's all I can think about right now.
It's funny when you reel off those names, you're like, oh my God, how many good edge rushers are in this league? There's so many.
Yeah, it's just like Miles Garrett. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because those things, I love challenges. I love competition, and that makes that gets the adrenaline pumping when you're out there competing and gets the best. And you hold on, you like, dang, I'm the best. Like you get to say I'm the best. Like I'm playing against the best. I'm doing the best. I'm the best. Like I love that competition. It's just so fun.
What is it you see in Micah Parsons? I mean, we know the guy's a freak out there. What do you see as an offensive tackle, the guy that has to set up against him? What would you see him that makes him so special?
He's a reactive rusher, and
Yeah.
like when he reacts, it's quick. So you got to be able to react right there with him. Your reaction time got to be just as good as his. But like he's a guy that if you don't make a move, he's gonna wait for you to make a move. Like it's just like who's gonna sell out first,
Yeah.
and who's gonna be in the best position when they do. So
Next one, a quarterback or a running back that you'd like to play with in the NFL. So those are the guys I guess you'll be close to, or it could be kind of a guard or a center that you'd like to play with. Is there anyone in the league who you'd love to be with?
I love to play with Lane, of course, that Eagles
Yeah.
O line. I love to play with my boy Creed and Trey. I love to play with them just because the chemistry there. Uh, I'm really open to any and everybody. Really though, because like I said, you never know where you're gonna end up. So
Yeah.
you got to have a open heart anywhere.
And when you get to the NFL, you're giving up your Sundays for a long, long time now. Like you don't plan Saturdays anymore. It's Sunday. With that in mind, before you go to the NFL, what would your perfect Sunday look like?
So like say like in college, what was my perfect Sunday
Yeah,
look like?
so I imagine most of the time you'd be off on a Sunday on college, having played Saturdays. So what would that look like for you?
Okay, so I would go watch film. I'll wake up, cook breakfast, put on something on the TV, go watch film with the guys, come back, maybe do some homework if I had it. If I didn't, I was cooking or picking up some food, putting on a good TV show, relaxing, getting my feet up. Yeah, I
Well,
had
yeah,
to. You got to decompress. You got to find some time to decompress.
yeah, for sure. Just before I let you go, I want to kind of mention your teammates, Eric Gray, and I think you roomed with him at the combine.
You know,
How much looking forward to seeing him in the NFL as well, and Marvin Mims as well. What a team's going to get with those guys.
man, they're gonna get some hard workers, some pros. It don't take much for them. Those are guys that prepare like pros and help me on my process also. You got to take things from everybody. You got to always be open to learning. So I was open to learn, and EG, Marv, they prepare like pros, man. Like they carry themselves like pros. So whatever team gets them, gonna get some some early vets, really. But I'm excited to go see them ball out. It'd be great to get the opportunity to play with like, either of them again. But like chances are slim, but they're really not at the same time.
Yeah. Do you think just
I just
quickly on Marvin in particular, do you think we're overlooking him a bit too easy in this class? It seems like he's gone off, like flown under the radar a little bit, and a team is going to land a bit of a steal when he does fall to them.
he has definitely, but like you said, when the team gets him and they utilize him like they supposed to, like hey, he gonna make his name on the NFL and he making money now, so I don't see the bad part.